Hello friends, this is Josh and I am the Amateur Reader. So today I'm going to discuss the first two parts of the book, The Will of the Many by James Islington. There are three parts to this book and they're broken up, and I have just finished the second part a couple days ago. It's been a little slow reading week, so I haven't made a whole lot of progress, but this book is phenomenal so far. So if you want to check it out, it's pretty good. I haven't finished it, but I heard the last part is amazing. I'll kind of try and give as spoiler-free as possible. Basically, you follow the character Vis, who is, we hear he starts out as an orphan and he works at a jail that does this interesting thing of taking people's will. That's kind of like the magic system in this world. And he basically just maintains all the prisoners there. That's his job. And right off the bat, this book tracks you with a lot of mystery because somebody comes by the jail and asks for a specific prisoner, and then talks to him in a ancient language, and yeah, you kind of get bits and pieces, and it goes from there. The first part is about him escaping and starting kind of like a new life into a family, and basically it's like a training arc almost to be sent off to this elite academy, and that's where part two takes place, is at the academy. So really you get so many different aspects of this book. I would say how I best thought of it, if you like those YA dystopian series or novels, this is like the next step up, like a more adult version. There's a lot of more nuance. They're morally great characters, a lot more depth in the world, a lot more world building. This is a science fiction fantasy novel, and the setting is like a almost like Roman Empire. So it's very unique, very cool description of everything, and there's a lot of class play. So there's a lot of different hierarchies, and basically this is trying to honestly, he's just trying to make it through life and survive and not get caught. There's like secret royalty tropes in there. Everything is done very, very well. What I really like about this book is that there are a lot of side characters, and they all have their own plots, I guess you could say. I mean, it's a first person, so we're only following this, but all the side characters, they have their own motivations, and I'd say most of them don't feel like they're just following this around and, you know, supporting his story. Almost kind of the other way around. This has kind of been used as the tool to support everybody else's motivations, and so you kind of see a lot of different sides of the conflict going on. And since he's just trying to survive, he's being pulled from multiple different angles, and everybody's just trying to use him to achieve their own agendas. So you don't really know exactly who's on his side. Nobody really actually knows him. He's produced this story about himself that most people have believed, and yeah, so you see a lot of characters, and what James Islington has done really well with these characters is some of them make some really morally bad decisions, but you can almost understand why they would, and can put yourself in those people's shoes and be like, I don't agree with how you went about it, but in the grand scheme of something, you can understand like the lengths that some people will go to try and what they think is achieve a better future. Because there's a big, I mean, it's almost dystopian. So you, like I was saying earlier, you encounter so many different themes to this novel that I think anybody could really enjoy. There is like a dark academia, so if like you liked Harry Potter, this has a school setting too. This has like a training arc. This has a lot of mystery. This has like a post-apocalyptic, technically, a dystopian world. A character trying to take down the government, and a lot of political intrigue, and some great action scenes, and magic system, and there's like soft world building and hard world building, so you get a little bit of everything. It's in a nice little package. It doesn't feel like there is many wasted pages, so it's a pretty good novel. And I've only 2 sections in it, and from what I understand, the last section is phenomenal. It really, like, everybody I've seen the reviews for, it's just like, holy crap, what did I just read? So I will be posting another video after I read that last section and my overall review of the whole book. But so far I can tell this is going to be one of my favorite books of the year. Kind of a high bar to set right off the bat. I just wanted to quickly add, Library of the Viking is hosting a book club on the Fable app, and we're going to be reading Empire of Silence starting tomorrow or whenever I get this video, April 1st. So come join, I'll be a part of it. So if you're looking for a novel that has a lot of action, some mystery, and political intrigue, and a school setting, and a character that is trying to figure out who's really telling the truth, I guess, or which side you want to be on. It's like I said, you're being pulled from many different angles. So I would say this is the perfect book for somebody that, if you've read The Hunger Games or the Champion series or the Maze Runner, kind of any of those YA dystopian novels, this is the perfect next step. It's the prose is pretty easy to read. I'd say at first a lot of the pronunciation of words was throwing me off and kind of hard for me to get into, but they have a glossary in the back of the locations, major characters, and other important things to know that was super helpful for me to figure out how to actually pronounce a lot of the words. But once you kind of do that for a little bit, it becomes pretty easy to figure out the layout of everything. And yeah, nothing it feels like insulting to your knowledge. There was only one issue I had in the very beginning, that was I said that the main protagonist, Vis, felt very overly capable of his environment and what we knew about him to begin with. But it makes more sense as the book goes on. I don't want to spoil anything, but he has been trained for his whole life to survive, essentially, and they go into greater detail. They sprinkle little bits of information throughout the book, but yeah, you fall in love with characters, and at the same time you know that this is like against the system, and so those people are part of the system, so you're like rooting for him, but also like, I don't want him to hurt his friends and people that like we have developed the liking to. But yeah, man, it's phenomenal. I can't wait to finish the last part, and I know the next book should be coming out, I think, later this year. It's called The Strength of the Few. So if any of that interests you, I highly recommend picking it up. It's It's a big book. It's like 600 plus pages, but it goes by quick. Yeah. But thanks for listening. You have a good day.